I was curious, how many calories is like eating out adding to our diet? And this paper that I
Hmm.
found, it's an article from CNN, and then it was published from Cambridge by the
Hmm.
Public Health Nutrition. They analyzed data from over 12,000 people aged 20 to 64 who were asked about their eating habits on 2 separate days. When people responded with their eating habits, the people that were eating out compared to the people that weren't, they were eating 200 calories more a day.
Yeah,
A day! Over the course of 7 days, that's 1,400 calories. That's,
it's a
if
lot
you
of
do that
extra calories.
over a month, that's 1 pound. Over a year, that's 12 fucking pounds. You wake up 3 years later, you're like, how am I 36 pounds overweight? Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's also really fucking expensive.
So expensive. And that's maybe one of the biggest lies we've been told and sold is that fast food is actually more affordable than eating healthy whole food.
I mean, my 1970s mom would fucking shit herself if like Uber Eats was available.
Oh, don't even get me started on Uber Eats because now
Do you
we're
know what I'm
paying
saying?
that
Like,
convenience tax.
Welcome to Cut the Crap with Beth and Matt, the world's #1 no bullshit health and fitness podcast.
Are you ready to cut the crap with your diet and exercise, get strong as fuck, and build a healthy relationship with food? Then you've come to the right place.
Let's go. If you'd like to support us in the podcast, join our Patreon where you get exclusive content, which consists of monthly workouts you can do at home or at the gym, monthly challenges that are either strength, habit, or mindset based, and access to over 100 plus low-calorie, high-protein, family-friendly meals. These are all designed by a professional chef who is certified in nutrition. These recipes are already in MyFitnessPal for easy fucking tracking. New recipes are also added each week.
We believe that fitness is for everyone, so this is our way of getting you started on your health and fitness journey at a price most everyone can afford. So what the fuck are you waiting for? We'll see you in the Patreon. Hey dude, what is up?
what's up, Nerdle? How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. How are yourself? How about yourself? How are yourself?
How about you? I'm good. I'm good, good, good.
Good. Happy Wednesday. Got your water bottle since you
Got
forgot
my
your
water.
water jug at the
I
hair salon, apparently.
yeah, getting my toes painted.
Nice.
And I
Treat
left my
yourself.
water bottle there. Well, the only I think I've even talked about this on my stories because I'm a fucking open book, but I don't do my fucking nails. I don't go to the salon and get my toes done or my fucking
Hmm.
nails because
Yeah,
I'm an active person. They're complete. They always get wrecked.
right.
It's pointless for me to have fucking polish. But since I am going to Vegas and I am going to be at a pool at the Caesars fucking Palace, I figured I'd probably should, make sure my
Yeah.
feet look presentable for
Well,
public,
you get your feet looking good because you've been
you
shredded,
know?
right? You just came out of your
So
cut. So yeah, Vegas this week. So when you leaving for Vegas?
Saturday,
Saturday.
Saturday
Sweet.
morning.
Team
Yeah,
BFF goes to Vegas.
that's right.
Cool. How has Florida been treating you?
Pretty good. I'm ready to go home only. And this is the only reason so I can get back to like my normalcy, whatever the fuck that
Yes.
is, and
Yes.
my office that's just sitting there. But also, I don't want to go back because it snowed today and it's
I
April
saw
9th.
that on your story, but
Are you
hopefully by the
shitting
time you get
me?
back in a couple weeks, that shit's gone
Yeah, fuck Maine.
in the
Seriously.
wintertime. Yeah.
Yeah. And this is the if I was there right now that happened,
You'd be
I'd
a
be
depressed,
fucking
miserable
shit up, dude. I would
person.
find the most
Not miserable, but
triggering
yeah.
viral video and go batshit on it. You know what
As
I'm
your
saying?
outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just,
that's good.
who can I call out right
Who,
now?
who's gonna catch the wrath of Farraco? The nerd.
Um, right. But
Yeah.
yeah, so
Sweet.
but otherwise we actually extended our trip
I
a
saw
couple
that by a couple
days.
of days. I'm like, we were just talking about how she was
I
like,
know.
"What?"
Well, because we would have been driving, basically leaving on Easter. Gonna fucking drive on Easter.
I
Let's go
see.
eat Easter brunch somewhere and leave on like Tuesday. Because
Okay,
Johnny doesn't
nice.
have school. He doesn't have school. Spring break is actually next week or
Yeah,
the
I'm
week
not sure
after. The
even
week
when my
after.
stuff is. I need to, he hasn't
Um,
told me yet.
I think it's like April 20th. It's basically at the end of April. So we would be
Yeah.
driving and he'd be on vacation anyway. So I mean, might as
Rikers?
well fucking stay.
Yeah, for sure. Spend that quality time together, have a nice Sunday brunch, like you said.
Hmm.
I'm wondering if Rikers was canceled. We would have heard something because of all the calamity days, snow days, and stuff they've had. Um, I don't know. Could be. Nice. What do you got there? A little mixer?
My husband just brought me
A
because he
spritzer or
took John.
something?
He brought me a diet lemonade, mango pineapple, I think, from Chick-fil-A.
That looks amazing.
It's fucking awesome. It tastes like a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah. I've got my coffee here. Numero dos today.
Numero dos.
Yes. So let's catch up on obviously you've
Okay.
been in Florida, you're extending. Things are starting to return back to normal there before you leave. You're gonna be coming home soon. You talked to yesterday. Let's catch up on your fitness and we'll talk about my fitness stuff. You're just coming out
Okay.
of your cut.
All right. So for
Okay.
those that are curious, because I've been getting a lot of questions and legitimately so, because maintenance is scary for a lot of people. So let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Right. My cut ended on Monday, and obviously I have more calories that I can eat, but I'm
Yay.
not straight to my maintenance yet because my coach wants me to go into it slowly and not just start eating a bunch of food for whatever reasons. You know what I'm saying? But you could technically just go right to maintenance. But I'm at a
So
very low body weight. You know, it may be easier for me to overeat. And also, I'm heading to Vegas this weekend. So I want to kind of
right.
like ease into it slowly rather than just go
There's a
fucking.
reason behind why
There's
you're
a
essentially
reason.
you're reverse dieting in a way, but that not for the reason why people say
Right.
typically, right? You're easing out of your fat loss phase and
Because
into
it was aggressive.
yes, because it was aggressive.
It was aggressive. And like normal calorie deficits that aren't 5 to 6 weeks, you're in a moderate one. So you can just add, a few hundred calories back. Mine is
Right.
aggressive.
Yes.
So I'd have to add like 400 to 500 calories back or so.
Right.
So, and I'm going on a trip, which you have to consider that there are situations where your body is going to be wanting more food. You're going to be like, for me, I'm going to be in a situation where I obviously, will be surrounded by food a lot. And I
You guys
want
are
to
meal
make,
skaters.
and coming out of a really deep cut, you don't want to just fucking binge. You don't want to do that. So you got to be strategic about it. And so I'm eating the same meals, but I'm just eating more fats and, things to get my calories
Protein and
up.
butter.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's the easiest way to do it.
Yeah. Right. The things what you're eating, they're not changing, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
So
you're eating
she
them.
also wants me to stick to really nutrient dense, like a lot of micronutrients. She wants me to get the veggies because, micronutrient content does matter when it comes to, this is what I'm learning as I'm doing something that I've never done before. And that's prepping for basically, let's say I'm prepping for a bodybuilding photo shoot.
Yeah, in a
And
way.
so micronutrients, what I'm learning, really help with actual how your muscles present themselves, when you're getting leaner. The more processed and the more that kind of thing, you
Right.
kind of get away from your body loves and it
Yeah.
craves the vitamins
And
and the
that's what we
minerals and
talk
the
about too,
nutrients.
Nerdle, right? Is
Yeah.
for fat loss and seeing weight loss, all that matters is calories at its
Right.
core. That is all that matters. But once you get
Right.
deeper into it, then you start majoring into things like micronutrient makeup of your diet, how
Mhm.
your body's responding to foods and things like that. But we just need to get people to first understand that, hey, eat fucking 1,000 calories of Twinkies and you'll be able to lose
Yeah.
weight,
See,
right?
this is the stuff that I'm doing that you don't have to worry about
Yes.
because this is an extreme circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like I'm doing this, be like, yay, fucking, I'm going to see some muscle. No, I'm doing it for a
Right.
specific reason to see, it has a purpose.
So for you, you're probably doing things I don't know if you are or not, but maybe you're timing your meals a little bit better around your workouts and things like that to get the
I'm
most out of your
supposed to be, but I'm
workouts.
really bad at it.
Got it. Okay. Sure.
I am, admittedly, like because something I've never focused on before.
Yes.
I also struggle with getting my protein. I do. I
Mhm.
struggle with getting more. I struggle with focusing on getting more than 115 grams. 115 grams a day seems to be my sweet spot for
Is
hitting
that
it
without supplementation or
without supplementation. But my target is like 130. So I really
Yeah.
need to think outside of the box a lot.
protein powder will get you there too?
Yeah, I had a half a protein shake this morning with my breakfast because the yogurt that I had only like 12 grams of protein. And I'm like, fuck, I need more than that.
Yeah.
Dude, I should be pre-logging. I'm not pre-logging.
Mm-hmm.
I know what to do to make it easier, and I'm not, but I'm also okay with that. I'm not
Yeah.
freaking the fuck out. And by the end of the week, it does kind of like, make up for itself. I have one really high protein day, and it's like, and this is where it's like, all it matters is all together. Right?
Right.
It's not like, oh, you must have this amount at
It's
this
not one
fucking time.
snapshot in time that
Right.
matters.
right? It's like you're not going to gain weight by going over your calories on one day,
Mhm.
because it's an accumulative effect, kind of like my daily
Right.
protein. At the end of the week, I still end up getting 130 grams. It still averages out 130 grams per day.
Yeah, I think people don't understand that really because a lot of times people will hyperfixate on calories from day to day. But
Right.
really, what's most important, actually, day to day, like every single day, protein is one of those things that you need to be steady with daily. Whereas the calories can fluctuate more, like you kind of said, day to day,
Hmm.
especially for fat loss. Especially we're looking at like the weekly averages, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But protein, of course, that needs to be a steady supply to be, quote unquote, optimal, right? At the end of the day, hit your
Hmm.
fucking goals, but
Yeah.
as you're getting into this level, then you start looking at those details.
Yeah. Exactly. Let's talk about not the situation I'm in. Let's talk about if you were just a person, general population, you got to your goal weight, what do you do now? And
Yeah.
that's a big question what I'm getting. I'm so afraid to gain weight. You need to start off being in a controlled maintenance. Okay. And this is if you're tracking calories, I want you to at least track for 30 days so you know what that looks like.
Yeah.
You don't just stop and be like, I'm just going to fucking wing it in maintenance. And this is where people,
Maintenance isn't a fucking free for all.
it's not a free for all. That's what you need to understand. It's an extension of what you're currently doing. And that's why you need to do something that is sustainable. That's why you need to eat the foods that you love all the time. Right?
Right.
Because you're going to continuously eat those fucking foods and you're probably have repeat meals still. Nothing you do now is going to stop. You're still going to get your steps. You're still going to work out. You're still going to get your protein. You're still going to get your fiber. So
Right. Your
you,
movement is still going to probably stay the same. Your
it's a
workouts are going to definitely
non-negotiable.
stay the same. The only thing that changes is maybe a couple hundred calories that you're eating.
Yeah, you're adding. You're able to use more oils.
Right.
You know.
Seriously. That's not even that's not even a big difference, right? Like the amount that you'll be able
No.
to add. It's not actually that much food when we're talking about, especially when we're talking about using fat sources.
Right.
So yeah, nothing's
Yeah. You
changing.
still shouldn't be binge drinking on the weekends. You still need to follow those healthy habits you've been building. And that's why controlled maintenance, track, and learn what it looks like.
Yes.
And then also still track your weight. Don't freak out when the scale spikes because guess what? You're eating more food. You have food content in your belly. You have more glycogen storage. You have more poop in your fucking intestines. Think
Yep.
about it. And also, if you are struggling with maintenance, listen to our podcast with Paul Salter. That's all about maintenance.
One of our best performing episodes
It
still.
really is
People love it.
all about maintenance. Your ending diet weight is not your maintenance weight. Also,
After fucking movement.
it will go up 2 to 5 pounds.
Within a day.
Yeah, and then we're
Yeah.
like, oh my god, I just ate a little bit more and I just gained 5 pounds. Not fat.
Yep. Okay, really quickly. The episode we did with Paul Salter. The
Mhm.
original was episode 58. Maintenance is fucking progress, and then
Yep.
we did it again as a Cut the Crap Select episode in 2023, which is episode 115.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
I can't. That's
Such
crazy.
a
That was
long time ago,
2020.
dude.
Dude, what is happening with
We're
time?
coming up on 4 years.
Man.
Anyway, let's not get distracted here.
Okay.
Let's stick to what we were just talking about with maintenance, not being a free for all, because we really need to hammer this home. Weight loss is only like I used to say it was half the battle, but I don't even know. It's not even half. It's probably less than half the battle because your habits, your behaviors, that's
Mhm.
important. Maintenance, learning how to maintain the rest of your life.
Weight loss is the easy part.
Right. What?
Maintenance
Weight
is the
loss
rest
is
of your life,
easy.
guys. Okay. So that's why you got to get your mind right,
Yeah. Everybody that's
behaviors
listening
right.
to this podcast right now has tried to, like, everybody in this world has probably lost weight. Like most people, right? Everybody can
Mhm.
lose weight. But what do we struggle with? Gaining it fucking back.
Yeah.
It's because
Because
we're
you
not
get
learning
you
those
get
things.
you get complacent
We're not practicing.
and you get this mindset of like, oh, just this one time. And then
Oh,
you're
I'm in
doing the
maintenance. This
oh my
exercise
god, I'm
ice
in
cream meal back.
maintenance.
You're doing that 3 times a day.
Woohoo. Yeah. And then you wake up a year later and you're like, I don't understand how I just gained 30 pounds, blah, 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 because you're not tracking data anymore. You're saying yes to too many fucking things. You're going back to what you were doing
Yeah.
before.
Yep.
It doesn't happen overnight. So this is also why Iris talks about this a lot. The people that are most successful consistently track some form of data,
Mm-hmm.
whether
Yes.
it be
So let's talk
cons-
about how you and I some data that we check because I bet you it's a little different. So let's
Mhm.
give some examples of some data that you're tracking.
I still weigh daily and track it.
Okay. And whereas I
Um,
do not.
Right. And because I can see the trends over time, what's
Mhm.
going on. I also love I love data. I don't get involved and emotional about it.
Yeah.
I mean, my weight has been going up for the past year. So, and you know, and
Yeah.
I've been like, this is why I also have a coach because I'm learning a lot about myself. I'm
Because that was
learning
the
a lot about
process.
my body. And so I track my weight daily. I take photos monthly. Right now it's weekly because of what I'm doing, but I still take photos monthly for myself just
Mhm.
to look because it's cool to
Mhm.
look. Want to see
Yeah.
how your body's like, if you're what's going on muscle wise, whatever. So I do that and measurements. If I'm not forced to take them, I don't. It's photos and the weighing daily for me
I think
when
too, where
I'm not with a
you're at
coach.
in your journey, I don't know if measurements are gonna change that much for you from what.
My measurements, I take them with Coach Kelly right now because she wants me to, but they
Mhm.
don't change that much, honestly, Matt.
Yeah.
It's
I
it's
believe it.
kind of crazy though, but it's mostly like the photos are the biggest teller.
That's why we tell people, like, don't just pick one of these things, like, do all of them, do multiple
Yeah,
data points, like, get as much data as you can. I
yeah.
think that
Like I
helps.
say,
It's not unhealthy. Like, it's your relationship with it, right? And in my experience,
yeah.
and probably your experience too, Beth, when we're working with clients, when we start doing these things with our clients, tracking regularly, doing body measurements, even taking body pictures, but we do them with the right intention, the right
Mm-hmm.
reasons. People are like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm weighing myself and I saw it go up and I don't care." Like, it's just like, it's data. I just moved
Right.
on.
Yeah.
I never would have imagined took a progress picture before, right? But I'm so thankful that I did.
Yeah. Yeah. You'll be grateful that you did. Stop being so self-absorbed with your fucking photos. Just take it, put it away, and let the emotion go away.
That mindset of being like ashamed to take a picture or like scared to take a picture,
Come on.
that's the unhealthy relationship that we're talking about.
Yeah, that's keeping you stuck. You got to face your shit, no
Yeah.
matter what it is, and love yourself where you are right now and know that you're working on yourself to become a better person.
Right. You saying like, "Oh, I can't take a progress picture." You're already giving yourself, like, you're shitting on yourself essentially.
Yeah.
Like you just said, you can love yourself. You can not be happy with where you are at right now with your body composition, with your weight loss journey, with your fitness,
Mhm.
but still love your body, right? And still love things about your body, and still want to. But then it's okay also to love your body, but still want to change your body too.
Mhm.
You know, I think that's more helpful for people long term, is to come from a place of love in their body and compassion rather than beating themselves up and being guilty or
Yeah.
shameful.
Yeah. And then also like I'm not taking photos. Like you get angry about it. Like you know, it's like you want to change for the better. Just do the hard thing. It's, you know, stop. You're being a little baby. You know what I'm saying? Like
Baby
stop being
back
a little uh, you heard me say that that's doesn't Johnny call his dad that a
Yeah,
little
Johnny, that was Johnny
and
right
I
there.
think it's hilarious. He's like, "Dad, you're being a little baby bitch." And it's true. Stop being a little baby bitch. Like just take the fucking photos and put them away. And do
Can we start normalizing calling people, like, stop being a bitch? Like, can
yeah,
we
I'm
normalize
so
that?
fucking sick of the coddling,
Yeah,
honestly, Matt.
I
Like
hear
people
you.
want to be coddled, and I don't mean to go off the beaten path, but I'm going to for 1 second because this just proves my point. I made
Okay.
one video yesterday in the gym. I never film in the gym, and I said, please do not stand in front of the fucking dumbbell rack and do bicep curls because A, it's a safety hazard. And, you know, yes,
That's rude.
it's
You're not
fucking
being
rude,
considerate of
right?
it. You're blocking. That's not gym good etiquette.
Someone was doing that yesterday and I had huge dumbbells I was holding and I was trying to put them back and they weren't, they were, you know, in their thing. And I was like, what the fuck? So I had to like drop them. I just got on my phone. I was like, you know, just don't do this shit. It happens all the time. And people are like, you're so mean. You shouldn't be filming in the
I didn't see
gym.
this video. You posted this?
It's on TikTok. I didn't
TikTok.
post it on Instagram. And
Okay.
these people must be new. And I did a video. I was like, these people aren't fucking new.
The
Why are
people
you
that
being
go
so
to that gym,
give me
they've
a
been there
break?
for 50
Why
years.
are you playing a fucking victim? I said, I'm not even putting anyone's face on this fucking video. Someone tagged Joey Swole. I'm
Oh
like,
God.
you're gonna tag Joey Swole over a video. I said, don't do fucking bicep curls in front of the dumbbell rack, not even showing anybody, just
Yeah,
myself.
that's so stupid.
I'm like, you guys are just fucking victims. You're looking at everything to cry about. Like, they must be new. You shouldn't be filming in the gym. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
You know, you're being a little baby
We
bitch.
film in the gym for a variety of reasons, and it's never to shame somebody or make fun of somebody. It's
Right.
always to be educational.
And one of the reasons why I don't film in the gym, more is because I don't want, I'm
Because you're
always
being
in a gym where it's
considerate.
fucking packed. Me and Matt don't sit there and do workouts like 85% of the time and film them.
Yeah, when we're together, that we always talk about like wanting to go in and do our workout videos and post them and stuff. But then we get there and it's like the gym's busy. It's like, no, we're not gonna.
Mhm.
We don't want to get people in the background of our shots. We're being considerate. The only time I record in
Yeah.
the gym is when there's nobody else around, or like it's somebody that I'm comfortable with, that like
Or
they
I
know
can
who I am,
record
what I'm
you,
doing.
and I can record you because I can get people not to be in
Yes,
there.
exactly.
Like
When you
I'm
got
by
your buddy,
myself. I can't fucking like, you know what I'm gonna do?
yeah.
There's people everywhere.
It's like
So
Coach Kelly said when I was doing your videos for you for your form checks. She's like, yeah, Matt's got some good camera skills. Like, yeah, like maybe I
Mhm.
know a thing or two about content creation.
Right. But the victim mentality
Yes.
bullshit, the coddling, it's gotta go, guys. Come on. Take the
But
photo.
we look to be a victim about everything. Like we want to
I
be a victim.
mean,
We've had episodes about this being a fucking
yes.
victim, this victimhood, and how that keeps you a victim.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. That was a good
Take the
sidebar
photos.
there.
Yeah. So anyway, I had to nerdle sidetrack.
Yeah,
So
that's
those
does,
are the
baby.
things that I keep track during maintenance all the time. And you don't have to choose to do all three. You can do one, but you should track some form of data so you don't wake up one day and you're like, oh fuck, how did I just my pants don't fit anymore?
Yeah.
Well, if you were actually paying attention, you can catch that before that happens. Do you know what I'm
Mhm,
saying?
mhm,
So
mhm.
that's part of it. Being
Yeah,
aware of what you're doing and the consequences that come with that.
for sure, for sure. So I'll share some of the ways that I track my data because they are a little
Yeah.
different than yours currently. That's because our goals are different, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so our actions, the things we track, they match our goals. My
Oh,
goals are
let me add one thing. I'm sorry, Matt.
no, go ahead.
That I track my workouts.
Okay, good. Pretty much what
Okay,
I was going
I
to talk
track
about.
my workouts and how I progress for there. So that's another form of for
Yeah,
muscle
monitoring progress.
building,
Yeah,
all that kind of stuff. Okay.
progressive overload.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt
you're
you. I just
good.
forgot that. I
You
forgot
stole
that
my
one.
thing, Beth. That's what I was gonna. So my goals are entirely performance based, right? I do not currently
Hmm.
have any type of body goals to change the shape of my body or anything like that, other than
Hmm.
getting stronger. I want to get stronger. That's a performance goal.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that those are bad. That you're not bad or wrong for having those goals, right? No, I will probably. I've been thinking about this. At some point, I will go in and have intentional body goals again. Not right
Hmm.
now. I don't need to. I
Yeah.
don't want to.
You have too many performance goals,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So that's what I'm tracking right now. I
That's
track.
why Matt's not going to do a fucking calorie deficit while he's training for a half marathon or marathon, guys.
Right.
Okay.
Fuck no.
Be
Fuck.
like Matt.
Be like Matt. Don't be in a calorie deficit when training for endurance.
I mean, come on. Yeah.
So I track my workouts in terms of my strength training. I track my runs and I track my walks essentially. Outside of like the physical workout stuff, I track my moods and my feelings.
You
Wow.
do.
Yeah, in the app called How I Feel or
Mhm.
How We Feel. I still use that app. Not as much as I used to, but a couple times a week I'll check in with myself. And then the other app I use for kind of managing that for tracking is Finch. I've also talked about that on this podcast. A lot of our clients use it and love it, but that's a habit tracking app.
Yeah.
I track habits. I track all things related to performance, my workouts. I don't track what I'm doing in the gym because I stick to the same fucking things and same variations, almost the same rep ranges all the time,
Hmm.
right? Just practicing what we preach and sticking
Hmm.
to the basics and getting really fucking good at them, changing the rep ranges, your intensity, movement patterns,
Yeah.
right? But I track my runs religiously. I love tracking my runs. I'm a huge nerd for run data.
Hmm.
And it's really cool because I've been tracking my runs now consistently in Strava for a year. Probably a good segue for my current goals too. So last year in April was when I did my first half marathon on a whim with like hardly any training, right?
Hmm.
So now it's 1 year. I'm doing that same race here in a couple of weeks. So I'm really excited to go
Yeah.
after and attack this race
So you
and
get
see
your
how
first
far.
PR, Matt.
So I ran a second official PR, but I'm going to go for a
Okay.
PR. I ran two official half marathons last year. I ran one in the spring and then one in fall time.
Okay, that's right. Yep.
And that's when I barely squeaked by a sub 2. I like 159, like 50 or something like that.
Hmm.
But my time for my first half marathon last April was like 2 hours, 20 minutes.
Hmm.
And now I just ran a half marathon for my training last week. I ran 14-mile long run.
Wow.
That time was faster than my first half marathon race was last year.
Nice.
So my practice training runs are faster than my races were 1 year ago. And we talk about it all the time. Where do you want to be 1 year from now? Right.
Hmm.
Well, that's incredible fucking progress.
Yeah.
I might shave off 25 minutes off of my half marathon time in a year.
Damn.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping that's what I'm going to go for. I've been dialing into my pace. So
Yeah.
I averaged on a 14-mile run the other day, and this was it wasn't at a hard effort. It was not my half marathon pace, but 9 minutes and like 40 seconds a mile. And like my last 7 miles were all like 9:15 or lower. So like
Nice.
I'm pumped. I'm dialing in.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for what I can do, see what I can do in this half marathon for sure.
Mhm.
So yeah,
You track
that's
your runs.
I guess the things that I track then. My runs, workouts, habits. When I do again at some point have body goals, I'll track. I don't know, but I'll most likely track calories, at least to some extent. My food, body measurements for sure, and body weight, just like you.
Yeah.
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 Progress pictures. Yeah.
Mhm.
And this is a big thing, right? Is what gets measured gets managed,
Yeah.
right? And we're not tracking these things to like, oh my God, I fucked up. That's not why we're tracking.
Right.
It's just data, just to observe, just to see, maybe see the progress over time. So we can plot it out, so we can graph it out, so we can see
Mhm.
trends, so we can see the progress. Because our
Yeah.
emotions, if we're not tracking this thing up here, our brain, our emotions, they trick us, they deceive us all the fucking time,
Mhm.
especially when we're dieting and in a fat loss phase. Your brain
Yeah.
doesn't want you to be in dieting, right?
Right.
It doesn't want you to be trying to lose fat. So your brain's trying to play tricks on you. And if you're letting it
Mhm.
and you're not having these forms of measurement and controlling your variables, then your brain can run wild. And that's what we see all the time with people that are struggling to lose weight their entire life, is their brain is
Yeah.
their brain is fucking deceiving them.
Right. And the ones that I just don't want to do this anymore. I'm just not going to do any of it.
Okay,
You know?
what's your alternative then?
So, okay, I just don't want to track anything. I'm just oh. If you get to that point, ask yourself, am I doing something that maybe is just also unrealistic? Right?
Right. They're probably not being honest with themselves in some way.
Or you just don't want to do it anymore because you don't want to continue on your health journey. Maybe you're subconsciously like saying, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Because for me, like if I was just to stop tracking all my data, it would mean that I just didn't give a shit anymore.
Okay. That's like a
You
core
know?
value of yours, essentially.
Yeah, it's like as a 52-year-old woman, I care about my health.
Mm-hmm.
I want to live a long time, and I don't know. I think tracking data purposes of how I feel, what my body's doing, it
That's
keeps me.
empowering, right?
It really is. It's like you get in tune with so many things, and so many things are already changing with your body that you kind of know more when you're tracking data more.
Knowledge is power.
And
Knowledge.
and you can bring these things like, oh, I'm feeling this way, like maybe it's from what I ate. Or data tracking for me is important. It shows that I give a fuck about my health in
Yeah,
my mind.
I
And if I
agree.
was just to stop all the data tracking, I would actually worry. I'd be like, oh, what kind of path are you going down? Like, are you going to start drinking again? Or you just don't care about your life? Like, you just want to eat like a fucking asshole for
Right,
the
because
next,
that's the type of person
you
that
know?
didn't track and
Yeah,
didn't care about the
I
data.
didn't do any of that shit. I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, and you don't want to be that person.
I give fucks now.
Yeah, you do give some fucks. Yeah.
So if you give a fuck, you should pay attention to you know what I'm saying? It's like
Yeah.
what you're doing, your body's not going to pretend it didn't happen. I feel like a lot of people just have amnesia,
Your
food
body keeps the
amnesia,
score.
alcohol amnesia, not working out amnesia. It's like you don't understand that you need to do the shit consistently.
Just because you're trying to forget that you're doing these things, your body doesn't forget.
Right. Oh, I didn't track it. Didn't happen. Now it fucking
Yeah.
happened. Now it did.
I didn't track that. My son's ice cream cone that I finished off for him didn't happen. Well,
Mm-hmm.
do that keep doing that and see if it happened or not.
A lot of didn't happens add up.
Yes. Yeah. Those are some hard, I wouldn't even say fat loss truths, just reality. Like just,
Yeah.
it's not just related to fat loss. It's about everything with our health, these things that we're doing. We're not being honest about our alcohol consumption. We're not being honest about our activity levels. We're not being honest about the amount of fast food and highly processed food and
Oh.
convenience foods that we're eating.
We should
right?
talk about, I think we had something we wanted to talk about, how many times people eat out.
Yes, and I came with some statistics and research. I did a little
Ooh.
after we confirmed that we wanted to talk about it.
I did a little survey, and I feel like
Yeah.
I might have worded my survey wrong
Okay,
because the answers actually surprised me from what I've been hearing.
sure.
Kind
So what was
kind
the
of within
survey?
kind of within our coaching and things like that. So let me look at the post and how I think like I said, how many times do you go out to eat a week? I kind of meant to say, because that doesn't mean eating in
To me, that
necessarily.
means something different than fast food.
Okay. So
Going out to eat means I'm sitting down at a restaurant.
I should have said, how many times do you not cook at home?
Yeah, that would be better phrasing.
I got the answers like 0 to 1 time was like the most. I'm like, yeah, that's bullshit.
Okay, who's
So
not being honest here?
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, liars.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, but if you took it the other way, then I can understand that. Like maybe you're not going out to officially eat dinner more
Uh-huh.
than 1 time a week, but maybe you are getting Uber Eats and delivery, all that shit, you know, out to lunch, you're getting it to go, you're sitting at your desk. I know that happens to a lot of people. I know that a lot of people do that. So I'm not talking about going out to eat like with your significant other and sitting down. I'm talking about anytime you don't cook at home.
Popping through the restaurant, going to the gas
Mhm.
station to
And
pick
that
up
has a
snack.
huge effect on your fat loss because you are not cooking the food, you're not
It
weighing the
does.
food, you don't know how much you're eating, you don't know what you're eating, you're not tracking it correctly.
It
And,
does.
you
For
know,
many reasons. And to that point, this is actually something I specifically wanted to find out. And this is just with a quick search, but I was curious how many calories is like eating out adding to our diet? And this paper that I
hmm
found, it's an article from CNN, and then it was published from Cambridge by the
hmm
Public Health Nutrition. They analyzed data from over 12,000 people aged 20 to 64 who were asked about their eating habits on 2 separate days. When people responded with their eating habits, the people that were eating out compared to the people that weren't, they were eating 200 calories more a day.
yeah,
A day. Over the course of 7 days, that's 1,400 calories. That's,
it's a
if
lot
you
of
do that
extra calories.
over a month, that's 1 pound. Over a year, that's 12 fucking pounds. You wake up 3 years later, you're like, how am I 36 pounds overweight? Well, there you go.
Yeah. It's also really fucking expensive.
So expensive. And that's maybe one of the biggest lies we've been told and sold is that fast food is actually more affordable than eating healthy whole food.
I mean, my 1970s mom would fucking shit herself if like Uber Eats was available.
Oh, don't even get me started on Uber Eats because now
Do you
we're
know what I'm
paying
saying?
that
Like,
convenience tax. I used to call it the fat tax when I used to order out all the time. I'm like,
hmm
this is my fat tax because I'm paying more to order convenience essentially.
yeah,
Um, maybe that just offended somebody. I don't know, but
whatever. Don't be a baby bitch. Do you know what I'm saying? Stop getting offended so easily too, okay? Because not
yeah.
everything is for you or meant for you. So take
hmm
what you want, leave the rest. When I say
So
you guys, I'm just talking about out to the abyss. It
yeah,
doesn't mean because we have so many cool people that listen to this
we
podcast.
do.
When I say you guys, I'm more talking. Here comes my East Coast thing
Talk.
about just in general out there, right? Not
Yes.
everyone is like
For
that. Okay. So
generalized,
I just want to say
especially
that,
not
but
our nerdles.
right.
To
Gonna
your
say,
point, Beth, about Uber Eats and ordering out, I found a really cool social, I guess, experiment or research. Oh, survey is what they did. They surveyed this paper is called Drive Research. They did this 75 plus fast food consumption statistics, September 19th, 2023. So many cool statistics here.
ooh,
But in this survey they did, they found that millennials report online food delivery as their top preferences for purchasing fast food. So not only are they not going out and getting the fast food, but they're just having it sent to them. So they're
yeah.
not moving. They're paying more
Ser-
to not move. And I want to talk about this really quickly because I went out to eat the other day, or I should say, I got fast food the other day
mhm,
on Saturday morning, coming home to pick up my son, go to baseball practice. Saturday
mhm,
morning, I didn't have coffee. I didn't want to make breakfast when I got there. I was running low on time. What do we do when we're running low on time? We want coffee, probably go to McDonald's or fast food or something. That's what I did.
mhm.
Pulled in and I looked at the line. I said, fuck this. I'm not going inside. The
Yeah.
fucking line is wrapped all the way around the building to the road.
Yeah. Fuck that.
And I take a glance inside. Nobody inside the building, nerdle. I'm
Hmm.
like, what is wrong with this picture? So I park my happy ass, walk inside, hit the machine because you just order from a fucking
Mhm.
machine. Now you don't even talk to a human.
Right.
People, you can just go order from
Fucked
a
up.
fucking tablet.
Fucking everything is
Less than 5
fucked.
minutes later, I get my food. I got coffee, pancakes, some sausage burritos.
Mhm.
Less than 5 minutes, I walk outside. Cars have barely moved 2 car lengths in front in the 5 minutes I was in there, which tells me that
Mhm.
those fucking idiots were going to be sitting there for 20 plus minutes waiting for their fast food when they could
Little
have
baby
gone inside.
bitches just
You have
sitting
no
there.
time. You have no time to eat healthy. So you're going to McDonald's to wait in a line for 20 to 30 minutes? No, you're lying. You're fucking
I
lying.
could have made an English muffin, Canadian bacon, a yogurt with some berries in that amount of time.
Yeah,
Actually, less time than that, in 5 minutes.
absolutely. Absolutely. 30 seconds. And if it was truly about time, you would have gotten your ass out of your car, went into the restaurant and ordered, and then left, and you would have saved time.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't about time because you were sitting there in your drive-through, doom
Because that's when you could scroll on the fucking phone, doom
right.
scroll, and think
You're
about
sitting
why.
in the fast food line,
why you're in the
distracted, getting a
McDonald's
distraction on your phone. I'm sorry. I feel like I'm yelling, "You kids get off of my lawn." I feel like I'm just an old man yelling about kids walking in his yard.
Yeah.
That's where we're at, I guess. I see these things and talking about them, like people like, you can't shame people like that. Well, you know what? Bring back common fucking sense. Dude, you tell me you want to be healthy. You tell me you have no time to do something, but I see you doing something that's making you add time and making it harder for yourself. So when can we call a spade a spade? And like, you're doing this to yourself. You're not being honest with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Do a time audit on the amount.
Time audit.
Time audit on the amount of minutes you spend in line at a fast food restaurant.
Yeah, right. Start a timer.
Between like morning, your donkeys, right? How long do you spend in the donkeys line? And then for lunch, you go on the McDonald's line or the Subway line or wherever the fuck line you are.
Or order delivery and spend more money.
Meanwhile, you could have just made all that shit at home, spent no time in any lines, right? And been able to reach your goals and not spend a fucking shit ton of money on bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. Always the best choice is going to be cooking food at home. If you're going to go out to eat, please don't use the drive-through. Just go inside and get your fast food to go and take it out. It's going to be faster. You're going to get some movement in, right? This is what we talk about. We're sitting down. We're taking the convenient way for everything. It might not seem like much going into the fast food to order takeout rather than sitting in the drive-through. You're like, how can you talk about like, how can you make your fast food healthier? That's how you make your fast food healthier. Move your ass to go get it. We're not moving, right? Adding that 50 to 100 steps, that 5 minutes of standing, that's 5 minutes of sitting that you're not doing.
Yeah.
You add 50 extra steps 5 times a day, that's 250 extra steps, right? These things add up. We think about it like our health and like we have to do these big things. We have to do all these things that are big and dramatic, but not 50 steps here or there, not save ourselves 60 seconds here and there. That just that doesn't matter.
It's the small things that add up that make more of a difference than those big, huge fucking things that you try to do at one time.
Absolutely. You are your habits, your collection of your habits. I feel like, did we do a talk on here about fast food once? Because some of these statistics are coming back to me too. I feel like we've either talked about this or I probably researched it before.
I'm sure we have.
Because I was curious how many people in the world eat fast food daily, started looking into it. Very difficult to pinpoint that. But estimates, according to the CDC, National Center for Health Statistics, found that 36% of U.S. adults consumed fast food on any given day between 2003 and 2016. And I can almost guarantee that those numbers have gone up because that was, 12 years ago? Because we also know that since the pandemic, fast food consumption and food delivery has really gone up. So we need some new data there. Crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy. Another study indicated that 50.1% of participants indicated daily fast food intake. It's just mind-boggling across the board how we think that fast food is supposed to be like good for us and healthy, right? And that's what really pisses us off about this, the Make America Healthy Again stuff with seed oils. Like, maybe we should focus on not having 50% of our population eat fast food every single day. And maybe then we could be healthier. It's not the seed oils that's in the fast food, right? It's maybe.
But let's change the oils in the fast food because that makes such a difference. You know what I'm saying? Like the caloric value does not change.
You're still adding 200 extra calories.
What a fucking joke.
Yeah, you're still adding 200 calories extra a day by eating fast food compared to somebody that's not. Doesn't matter how you fucking cook it.
Whether you fry it in seed oils or fucking tallow oil, it's still oil.
It's still a fat. And it's still calorically dense. Fat's not
correct.
Just to clarify, fats are not inherently bad. Fats, you need fats, right? But not the fats in fast food. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter the source. Tallow, seed oil, doesn't matter.
It doesn't. What matters is that you're getting huge, bigger from over consuming, and that's causing you issues within your body because your body's inflamed.
That's the reality. That,
You know
that
what I'm
is a
saying?
fact
It's
feature.
true. It is true though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You're over
That's
consuming
what's
calories.
causing issues is the obesity issue. It's not the fact that you're having any kind of oil.
Right. Right. You're inflamed because you're consuming too many calories. You're not consuming enough fiber. You're not moving your body in a way that is health promoting. You're not getting 150 minutes of cardio in a week. You're not strengthening your
Exactly.
body 2 to 3 times a week. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
I love how we can bring almost every conversation back to this.
I'm trying to look for my the story with the data that I had for this question. Because I know they have the stories in the dashboard. So I'm going to go back. I want to get the exact like percentages for what people were saying. I can search while we chit chat.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Search away. If you were to guess which country consumes the most fast food, what would it be?
America.
You think it's America?
United States.
Let's see. According to this one, number 5 is Australia or Austria. Sorry, Austria. Number 4 is Sweden. Number 3, France. Number 2, the UK. Drum roll, please. The United fucking States.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
According to a study, 43.7% of Americans ate fast food at lunch and 42% at dinner, while spending more than $1,200 on fast food annually. As of June 2022, the fast food industry in the United States held a significant value of $334 billion. That number's doubled since then. I actually saw another that it was like $750 billion since then.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Well, what's happened in the last couple of years? Uber Eats and DoorDash has really taken off. It's never been more convenient to be unhealthy. You think
So
about
crazy.
that. It has never been more convenient to be unhealthy. We have set up our environment, our society in a way that is not health promoting. We don't have walkable cities. Public transport is a joke. Food's not affordable. We're not moving. We're over consuming calories, right? We were doing these things to ourselves. I threw in food affordability in there, and that's a different conversation. But the things that are in our control, we're doing them to ourselves.
I can't find it. It's too well. It's probably it's right in front of my face, and I just can't focus.
Yeah, when you're looking for it, you're gonna after we
you
get
know
off
what I'm saying.
call,
Anyway,
found it.
yeah. I just know that the 0 to 1 time a week was the highest, which I was actually surprised by because I know it's not.
Yeah.
People are eating out way more or getting takeout and not cooking at home more than 1 time a week.
Yeah. But did you say that? So that was your Instagram or that was clients survey?
Maybe it was on Instagram, but I know from having some discussions within our coaching group that a lot of clients do struggle with going out to eat.
Sure. Yeah. I was gonna say, because if your clients had said that it was 0 to 1, maybe your clients have just made that change in their life, right?
No, I asked the public.
Gotcha. Okay. Any other? I have another couple of tabs and papers pulled up here for fast food statistics. The percentage of adults who consume fast food, it does decrease with age. 44.9% aged 20 to 39 consume fast food on any given day, whereas it's 24.1% for people aged 60 and over. It's more prevalent in people of color, of course. I think that tracks for considering what we know about food equality and diversity and things like that. A higher percentage of non-Hispanic Black adults consumed fast food than non-Hispanic White, non-Hispanic Asian, and Hispanic adults. The percentage of adults who consumed fast food increased with increasing family income. That surprises me. That one actually surprises me.
It increased with family income?
Yeah, maybe it's because it's seen as more of a luxury, because it is more expensive. This one, I don't know if this one surprises me or not. But among those who consume fast food, men were actually more likely than women to eat fast food at lunch, but women were more likely to report eating fast food as a snack.
Really?
Yeah. It looks like men are like double the amount of people eating fast food than women. I just wonder if those surveys are accurate, right? Because humans lie.
Right.
So there's that.
So
it's hard to get real data on this type of stuff.
Right. So this is my data. So the question I did ask was, how many times a week do you eat out?
Mhm.
So that may have meant something different than what I wanted it to mean in my head, which was, what we were talking about.
Yeah.
And the statistics are 570 people said they eat out less than one time a week.
Out of how many people?
125 people said they eat out 2 to 4 times a week, and only 11 people said they eat out more than 4 times a week.
Okay. So
So
that's a lot of people didn't respond then too, right? So because
correct.
how many people view your stories, but like to me, like you have a big following.
About 5,000 people viewed this one.
Viewed. Okay. Gotcha. Interesting.
So out of 5,000, only, let's see, less than 800 people answered.
Answered. And the majority of them said they eat out 0 to 1 times.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, you have either found a very niche subset of niche people that are crushing it in that regard, or maybe we have some people that are fibbing, because that's not what the data overall suggests across the board, right? And of course, maybe you found the anomalies. There's always going to be people, when you talk statistics, there's going to be people on the low end, there's going to be people on the high end, right? That's the beauty of it. So
and I want you to get curious and not judgmental.
Yeah.
So because we're not judging you.
Yeah.
I want that we're here. We're here to shed light.
Bitches apparently, but we're doing this to bring attention and awareness to this shit.
I want you to become aware of what you're doing, and if you have certain goals, specific goals, and even health-related goals, you need to take it back a notch with the eating out.
Everybody can benefit from eating out less. I know. I don't know, Beth. Maybe not you. But maybe when you're in Florida, but like when you're back home in Maine, you don't have that really.
No.
But I know me personally, I could benefit from eating out less, and that's something I'm challenging myself with and doing well with.
Yeah.
And I get it, right? I live on the road. I am always on the road for taking my son to school, for sporting events, coming to.
Yeah.
I'm 45 minutes away to visit my girlfriend, right? I mean, trying to maintain essentially 2 households and do all this driving.
Yeah.
I get it. It's so tempting to go to the restaurants, to go to the gas station and pick something up. But if I go to the gas station, I'm getting a protein shake and a protein-based snack,
Right.
But sidebar, I got a Core Power protein shake from the gas station the other day. I'm about to swear off altogether doing this. Guess how much it was?
$5.
$5 and change.
That's fucking crazy.
For one fucking protein shake. For what, 40 grams of protein? That is more than $1 per 10 grams of protein. That is insane.
Well, welcome to America now.
And it's only going to get higher.
It's only going to get worse.
Only going to get higher because it's not right we want to do right now.
This is not where we want to go, but this is reality. This is the reality. And hey, listen, I didn't vote for this fucker. So
yeah, right.
And honestly, like, look what's happening. Look at us. Look at us. You cannot be like, yes, I'm so excited right now.
Yes, I'm so excited that my protein shakes
I'm
are double
so
the price.
excited that my protein shakes are $5 a fucking bottle, and that my 401k is fucking $0. Okay, I'm not me, because I don't have a 401k, because I'm not that fucking bougie. But y'all better be fucking worried right now.
I'm worried. I think everybody.
Do you know what I'm saying?
You should be.
Like,
you should be worried. Yeah.
Thank God I got my windows in my office done, because I'm probably not going to be able to do jackass shit to anything else to my house now.
Well, because those materials aren't going to be coming from America, so
they're not going to be available. They're going to be fucking triple the price.
Right.
Good fucking luck. Good fucking luck buying a house. My husband's business, he's a fucking mover. Guess what? Guess what's going to happen to him? This is a trickle effect.
Yeah.
It's not just let's fucking save America and tariff literally fucking everything. People are going to lose their jobs. They are losing their jobs. We are not the same America we were in the 40s and 50s. Fucking idiots. Do you know what I'm saying?
You can't just go out.
People are going to be in fucking factories working now. You think that's going to happen? You're smoking crack.
Yes. I want some of that. Actually,
you know what I'm saying? Like, no one's going to be doing that shit. No one's going to be fucking sewing in a fucking factory for 20 hours a fucking day.
Correct. Right.
To make America great again.
We're talking about being honest with ourselves, right? That's what we've been talking about here. This podcast.
So I'm being honest. I don't care if you don't like it or not, because this is real fucking life. And this is what people voted for.
Well, and the hard part is because we're not just talking about ourselves. We work with so many people, and I see it
Yeah.
with our clients, with
Oh
people
yeah.
that I'm talking to about coaching and things like that. It's fucking hard out there right now. People are losing their jobs. Like we have clients that are losing jobs, and it's fucking heartbreaking. And I'm so like
Yeah.
I'm so just devastated for them, you know. And I'm seeing it across the board. It's starting to get to the point where people are starting to not be able to afford coaching and keeping, you know, groceries on their shelves and pantry and things like that. And we're hearing these things because we talk to people every single day, and it's really devastating.
Yeah. Oh, and I just happened to open my phone and look at that. The White House announces a 90-day pause on some tariffs.
Good. Like, yeah, because it's going so fucking terribly.
I mean, duh.
Yeah. Well, good.
Well, that's good. Anyway, I'll take
It
all
needs to
that
be
back.
longer than 90 day, but yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Sidebar complete. Sidebar complete.
Thanks for letting us rant. I don't care if you
Yes.
voted for
After
Trump or
all, this
not.
is our
We
fucking
love you
podcast.
still.
So yeah,
Um,
these are our opinions. If you don't like that, we can have
That's
different
the thing.
opinions.
You know what's cool about having a podcast is that we can fucking talk about whatever we want.
We can.
Whatever. And you can say whatever we want when we talk about whatever we want.
The last
And
time
no
we
one's
talked about
no one's
MAGA,
gonna do
people
a
said that we
thing.
were promoting hate speech in a review of ours. So
What are you
like,
gonna do? Leave us a review?
yeah,
We know your tips and tricks, okay?
yeah, you're gonna leave us a review because we just
Oh,
said
you're
something you
so
don't like.
cool. You're gonna leave us a 1-star review because you don't like what we have to say. I mean, who fucking
Cheating.
does that? Who
You're cheating.
actually does that? Losers. Fucking L on your forehead. If you leave a 1-star review on someone's podcast because you don't like them, you're a fucking loser. Okay?
L7 weenie.
Capital L, like my son would say on his face.
Yeah. But back in the day it was L7 weenie.
L7 weenie. Oh my God, that's so funny. You're a fucking L7 weenie. Okay? You're a baby bitch of the highest degree if you do that.
Yeah. It's funny. We
It is
feel bad
funny.
for the people that do that because
I mean,
like,
but
they're so
we should
triggered
like do a whole like we
responding
could
to
yeah,
our
I mean,
reviews.
we have so many like just random reviews on our podcast that make no fucking sense. And usually it's because
It's like you were drunk when you made this, clearly.
right, like how many Chardonnays deep were you in on this
Yeah.
one?
Maybe learn how to spell and then you can critique us.
If you think the way to get us and like this is off is leaving a fucking comment on our podcast, yeah, you've got more fish to fry than I can even fucking imagine.
Yeah. You know what's been interesting is it's not interesting. I know why. Some of our older episodes, Beth, like literally episode like number 3 has been getting a few comments on Spotify recently.
Really?
Just people calling us fucking idiots.
I
Because
love it.
in that episode we were talking about seed oils and inflammatory foods. Yeah, back in 2021 when we first did our podcast, we were talking about this shit, right?
Yeah,
And now
imagine that.
popular,
We're still talking about it
now that
fucking 5 years later.
been politicized, those people are now coming back onto that podcast and calling us fucking idiots, actually.
Isn't that hilarious?
Yeah. I'm just like, and actually I was like, okay, well, you're the fucking idiot. That's how I responded like publicly on the podcast. I'm like, I don't care.
How do you
Like,
find that? Can I go find those?
yeah,
Publicly?
it would be on Spotify. Like I don't know if you listen on Spotify or not, but that's why
I don't have like a thing for Spotify at all.
yeah, so most of our listeners actually listen on iTunes and Apple, but for the people that do, I think like 25% people listen on Spotify. But on Spotify, you can comment on episodes and leave.
I did not know that. Oh,
which
how
is really
funny.
cool. Yeah,
That is cool, actually.
Let me see if I can look at this specific comment up. Let's look.
Screenshot it. Do it, Matt.
I'll screenshot it and send it to you. It's gonna take me a minute to look it up.
Yeah,
here.
that's fine.
People have been giving us really good feedback, though. Our people that actually like us have been giving us good feedback on our last few episodes about body image and talk. And I think that was that was a lot of fun. So definitely keep up the feedback. And people were chiming in too, like letting us know their favorite band, or not their favorite band, their first concert and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I didn't get any messages about that.
No.
No.
I think it was more so they were commenting on the Spotify episode. So you definitely need to get on the Spotify game. So here's somebody on episode number 4 of our podcast. It was the title was Clearing the Air About Diet Soda, Alcohol, and Canola Oil. So we got 3 trigger points in that title alone right there. When Anthony Footit said, "Who pays for these studies?" People love to comment that. Well, who pays for those? Big Pharma paid for those.
Right?
Big Soda paid for those. You fucking idiot. How do you think papers get? Like, you can't just research shit. Science is not free. You need money. You need funding. Okay, think a little bit more critically, and don't just dismiss a paper because of the funding source. Think critically. Anna J said they
Oh,
obviously
yeah.
never saw the studies on low-calorie sweeteners and how they affect the microbiome as well as blood sugar. These guys have zero credibility. And I said, haha, okay, Anna, can you explain how something with 0 calories spikes your blood sugar? Holy
I was
fuck.
gonna say blood sugar spikes. Are you
Yeah.
fucking? It's so funny. Have you never read the studies? And you sound like a fucking moron.
Like, we have read the studies. This is why we're saying this. Like, did you? Because that's not what the study is suggesting.
Oh my
The
God, I just
studies.
can't. Number 3, we talked about. See, oh my God, on episode number 3, we talked about the carnivore diet.
Oh yeah, maybe that's why that one was getting some heat. We brought some heat on that one apparently.
Oh my God, that's too funny.
Oh, our early days of the podcast where we were on, I don't know, were we unhinged? I think we were more unhinged now.
I
But
think we're more unhinged now. I'm looking
We
back.
could-
I'm looking back at some old videos, and I'm like, wow, you were actually so tame. What happened to you?
if doing this shit every day.
Oh my God, is this how you evolved, Beth?
Yeah, evolution.
Oh my God, hilarious.
So yeah, we love all reviews on our podcast. If you feel like giving us a positive review, that would be cool.
Yeah, we love
always love
positivity,
that.
guys. I mean, there's no if you don't have anything nice to say, why say it at all? And if you're doing something rude and mean, like commenting on our podcast that you hate us, you have
And
issues.
they're doing that to try to harm us, right? Like that's what
That's
it
the
is.
thing. It's like
So it's so like childish.
imagine being that miserable though. Imagine
Right.
like I could commenting rude comments on a fucking podcast. That's another level.
That's a whole nother level. Yeah.
That is. That's
I
a
agree.
definite like you've been in your mom's basement for way too fucking long.
Mhm,
You
come
need to
up
get
for
the
some-
fuck out,
you need
guy.
to get some
You
vitamin
are
N.
drowning in the fucking cans on the floor. Okay.
Vitamin nature, man. Get out there and do it.
You got too much mold,
Yeah.
black mold in your brain.
They're too moldy down there in your mom's basement.
Yes.
Oh, now we're gonna get scolded for being bullies, Beth. Damn it.
I know.
Hey, so we're doing that Patreon special right now. People have been loving it.
Awesome.
For the annual Patreon membership. So I just want to shout that out really quickly before we wrap things up.
Yeah.
You guys looking for some help with like workouts, with challenges? People have been loving the challenge that we're doing in the Patreon this
Mhm.
month. The what are you showing? What are you doing to show up for yourself today challenge, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Do something that you're proud of, and
Yeah.
but by the end of the day,
if
make
you want to
yourself
know what we're
proud
talking
every
about
day.
and how to do it, it's pretty simple. Beth created a little. We do a post every month. On the 1st with a new challenge from Beth, and I do the workouts every month that are home workout based.
Mhm.
People are loving the
Home in the
workouts.
gym, right? You're still doing the gym workouts too. Yes.
Gym and home. Yep.
Okay.
You get
Yep.
both. You have videos linked to them. So
Yeah. Someone asked me about that yesterday, and I said, yes, we have them now again.
absolutely. Yeah. So I want to talk about that really quickly because we started the Patreon with the workouts never having been linked to workout videos.
Mm-hmm.
Then people started asking for it. And I was like, yeah, absolutely. I'm happy to do that. So I started linking exercise videos on the workouts, but people were still asking how to do the movements.
Yeah.
And I'm like, guys, I'm linking them. So I stopped linking them. But then we started again because some
Mhm.
people asked. So please use them.
Yeah.
They're linked. It's easy
Yeah.
for you. You show up and you crush it. New workouts every month, 30% off right
Mhm.
now if you sign up for an annual Patreon membership. Pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. It is pretty cool.
So one of our listeners from Canada, because that's one thing is like the cost of not the cost of living, but the currency exchange
Yes.
is Canadians get hit hard with that.
Yeah.
And we work with a lot of them. And so one of our Canadian listeners was like, this is actually really good value for you doing this because it was like $5 a month Canadian. With
Yeah.
that deal. So jump on
That's
it.
awesome.
We're not doing it
Mhm.
forever. So
Right.
well, this has been an hour. This has been a good hour. Wow. I've really enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah. We've been having kick-ass podcast episodes, Matt.
Yeah.
We
Pat
we
ourselves on the
crushed it,
back.
guys.
You guys, we're gonna lead by example here, and this is actually
Yeah.
probably what we're gonna call this episode is like practice what you fucking preach. Let's acknowledge how we're showing up for ourselves in our podcast because we feel like we've been putting out some good podcasts, and we're really happy with
Yeah.
like how we've been showing up, right? So
We've
let's
been showing the fuck up.
yeah, we should
High
acknowledge
five.
that.
We're giving virtual
Boom.
high fives right now. Matt's crushing his training. I just crushed my cut. And we're doing other shit in the meantime. We're not bored and not busy. We're managing a lot of the shit with our businesses, our families, and you can do this too. Okay. You literally can. It's just prioritizing. And
Right.
what is your priority right now?
And that's what this podcast and our social media platforms are all about is showing how we do it.
Yeah.
Like
I think a good maybe next podcast episode would be talking about I get this question a lot is how do you do it all? I feel like I can't do it all. When I have a job, I have 3
Yeah.
kids, I have this, I have that. And I want to talk about how that doing it all for someone may look different to you than it does to me. Because the way I do things, it doesn't overwhelm me. But if you're looking into my life and
It looks
thinking
like
that
you're doing it
that
all right.
it looks like I'm doing it all, but I'm doing it all in a way that works for me. And that's what people need to understand. You can do it all, but you do it all in a way that works for you.
You've taken the time to be able to quote unquote
It
do it all. You've built it's
right.
about building new systems and processes.
And this is where the building habits and everything starts.
Yes.
Okay. We should talk about that. And like,
I love that. It can be like, yeah, for sure. Like the boring basic shit, the foundational stuff included.
How to do it all with 3 kids, a job, and a dog, and whatever the fuck else.
How to do it all by doing less.
Yeah.
Honestly, because that's really, I feel like that's probably what our conversation is going to revolve around. I don't know. Meeting yourself where you're at. Just throwing some stuff out there that I can think of really quickly.
Thinking that you have to work out 5 days a week when you can technically just do 2. Like there's so much involved in it.
Working out 5 days a week.
I don't even work out 5 days a week.
Right.
Kelly gives me 5-day-a-week workouts and I do 4 and add the next one the next week.
There you go.
Because that's what works for me. I am too busy to do 5 workouts a week.
Yeah.
So
right.
You got to do what works for you. And
got to meet yourself where you're at.
Just because I didn't hit 5 every single week does not mean anything, obviously.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to give
right
before we do a whole nother episode, because we're just about to start a whole nother episode there.
I know.
I also want to give a shout out to Cured Nutrition really quickly. And I want to I've been talking about flow so much, but I'm going to give it another shout out here because I have observed significant differences in my performance with my workouts when I'm not taking flow. And that's no fucking bullshit. I talked about this, I think on the podcast last week, but I had my 12-mile long run a couple weeks ago. That was hard. It was really fucking hard. It kicked my ass.
Yeah.
But then I did a 14-mile long run the following week, and that was so much easier. Granted, fitness improved, maybe a lot of different variables, but one of the variables that I had different is that for that 12-mile long run, I did not have my Flow gummies before. For my 14-mile long run, I did have my Flow gummies. And I definitely noticed how mentally I was in it or not. In the 12-mile long run, it was really hard for me to stay in it mentally. For the 14-mile long run, dude, I was so mentally on it. In fact, between mile 12 and 13, and I remember it was like 12 and a half miles. So I had to run that half marathon for my training run that day. So last mile I was like, I'm finishing this hard, better than at least a half marathon pace, because that's what I want to be able to do in my race in a few weeks, finish hard. So I was in the zone cruising through mile 12, and this dog just comes fucking barreling out and almost attacked me. It's a little dog, but but that didn't even break my focus. I just took it in stride. Like I literally didn't stop me, didn't lose my train of focus or anything. I just kept moving. And I was so focused. I've been taking Flow gummies long enough to know that they're making a difference for me, and I'm really fucking enjoying them.
Yeah.
So shout out to Cured Nutrition.
I agree, Matt. Yeah. I take them every single. I totally agree. And I notice when I don't, I'm out of Serenity gummies right now, and I am bummed.
Yeah. Is it too late to me? I was supposed to send you some. Is it too late for me to send you some?
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. Okay.
I'm hoping they'll be there.
Yeah, they I would imagine. They were the
then I'll just grab a bunch of fucking sample packs and be like, sorry guys, I'm stealing all these from you. I will.
Hell yeah. Joe and Will and everybody.
Yes.
Cool. Well, this is so if you want to check out Cured Nutrition, 20% off with our code CTC. And then you can bundle the Serenity gummies, Flow, or anything else for the 30% off if you do a combo.
Yeah.
Hells yeah. All right. Well,
yeah.
Good episode, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. We'll see you soon.
Chad.
Bye.
Bye.
Hope you enjoyed this episode, so why not share with a friend who needs to hear it? Send us a DM on Instagram or email us at cutthecrappod@gmail.com and join our Patreon at patreon.com/cutthecrappodcast. As always, we appreciate you and thanks for being here.